Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Nancy O and her cooking show along with her husband, Rick. We're not doing cooking today, but we are going to show you how you can save money on your groceries and avoid high grocery bills, like especially produce. And you won't want to eat out anymore because I'm going to teach you how to make a fabulous salad it's much better than you get at the grocery stores or at the restaurants. And we are very excited to share some information with you today. So the price of produce has gone higher and higher and higher. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen it because I haven't been to the grocery store because, as you know, we grow our stuff on the Tower Garden. So what I would like to share with you is a little bit of background about myself and where all of this frugalness comes from. I blame this on my mother. I am one of 8 children. Rick is one of 7. So we both grew up in the same type of household. When you're feeding 10 or 9 people, you have to really know what you're doing as far as feeding a group like that. So some things that I have learned from my mom is, first of all, you don't waste anything. Absolutely nothing got wasted in our house. If she made a roast, she redid the meat into another dish, whatever the leftovers were. And I have learned to do that with my cooking. And it's actually very fun because you turn a new flavor into a whole different flavor. But something that I learned is that you can hide vegetables in all kinds of dishes. I shared with you when we made chili how I throw onions and peppers and all that in with the tomato sauce, and nobody knows you're eating it. I love onions. They don't like me. So I tend to grind them up and add them in. Say you're making homemade hamburgers, just instead of doing chunks of it, it's all ground up. You add it in. And that way it's, oh, the cleanup. You hear the cleanup crew? They're getting noisy in the other room. Anyway, so I have mixed hamburger onions in with my hamburger, but I make sure that it's all ground up into, not into chunks, but smaller pieces than that. I pre-blend or pre-chop onions and put them in the freezer if they look like they're getting bad. That way you don't waste them, and then they're all ready to go for your soups or chilies or whatever you want to make. Same thing with green peppers. I always have green peppers on hand. If they start to where they look like they're not going to last, I clean them up and I throw them in the freezer. These are all ways that you can save money and have it available later on when you're ready to use them and cook with them. You could probably even clean the pepper out and keep it whole and then stuff them later and cook them in the oven. So you're doing double duty there. So one of the things that I have learned about grocery shopping is you never grocery shop when you're hungry, because then you buy all the junk food that's around you. You start loading up on, you know that, he's the junk food buyer. You end up with chips and instant gratification things. So don't shop while you're hungry. Something else that I always keep a staple in the house is canned goods. So when you're buying canned goods, buy them when they're on sale. You can stock them, have them on hand, things like tomato sauces, tomato paste, anything. How about like a low sodium, low fat broth? Because you can always use that in something. So those kinds of things I buy when they're on sale, then I have them. So now I want to talk about how much money we save by using our Tower Garden. I was so shocked when and guys, I know that buying a Tower Garden is an investment. It was the best investment we ever made. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay. So I have a paper here that has a 6-month analysis of a yield and produce costs. And we actually saved at least this much money in the first 6 months. Now, this is not the figure that I did back in the fall, because the one in the fall is now obsolete because the costs of the produce went up. So I reconfigured this in March, and I used very low price comparisons. And you can see just in lettuce, where's my lettuce on here? Lettuce alone has gone up tremendously. And you can save $287 just in 6 months' time on lettuce. Now, who wouldn't want to save that kind of money? I no longer have junk food in the house. If we get hungry, we can go to our tower garden and pull fresh produce off and have a nice small salad. So you're even eating healthier and with a better nutrition. So a couple of facts that I have learned recently that just kind of blew my mind. We all know this, but until you hear it, it doesn't resonate. Did you know that lettuce travels 2,000 miles before it gets to your dinner plate? And that is just was shocking when I heard that, because we all know that this all goes on, but when you put it into perspective, 2,000 miles is a lot of miles. And when I take lettuce off my tower garden, we've harvested lettuce and kept it in our fridge for 2 weeks, and it tasted delicious. So it still has the nutritional value. Broccoli alone loses 50 to 80% of its nutritional value before it even gets to your dinner table. And something else that I was shocked about is that, 90% of vegetables that you find at the grocery store now, they weren't there 100 years ago. So I found all of this to be so shocking when I learned this just a couple of weeks ago, which made my decision for my tower garden to be even more satisfying. And I don't know if I've shared with you guys, but I actually have 3 tower gardens now. And in 2 years' time, we have expanded to, and 2, we keep up totally all the time growing vegetables. Something I want to share with you is I have this little bitty tomato here. This is our very first tomato that we have. I picked it this morning. We should have let it get a little bit bigger, but I was so excited about it, I wanted to share it with you. So that's our brand new guy. And he's going to be saved for later because the type of salad I'm going to share with you is a little different today. But before we get into my recipe, some other things I want to share with you is what we grew on our tower. And I actually have a huge list here. This is what we grew on our tower. Some of it indoors, some of it outdoors. And Rick had to help me with the list. And look at that beautiful lettuce. Okay, Bok Choy or Pai Choy. It's 2 different varieties. We have grown kale, tomatoes, and that's my first indoor tomato that I just showed you. Spaghetti squash, acorn squash. We've grown watermelon, parsley, lettuce. And when I say lettuce, I have grown some of the most beautiful heads of lettuce on this tower. And we have grown a huge variety of lettuces, which is really nice. Celery, I just checked our celery in the basement and the stalks are getting real tall. And how fun is that to grow your own celery just because you can? And I don't know if you're a celery eater, but though, look at that head of lettuce going by. I don't know if you're a celery eater, but I love to just munch on celery or just put some peanut butter on it. Okay, back to my list. I got sidetracked. Zucchini, dill, sage, cilantro. I can't grow cilantro outside, but on the tower, I can sure grow it. Basil is the most beautiful basil I have ever seen off of a tower garden. Bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, and we did a huge variety of peppers last summer, and we're still eating them. Spinach, baby greens, which are packed full of nutrition, strawberries, arugula, and rainbow chard and cucumbers. So this was a huge amount of vegetables that we have tried on our tower. We have been very successful with it. Every plant didn't grow, but yes, we have more than reaped the rewards of the money we have invested into our 2 tower gardens.
Get the sugar peas.
Sugar peas and green beans we are growing right now. I forgot those. Now, I have listed here 3 things that I've already bought the seeds for that I want to try. Eggplant, because I have a friend growing eggplant on her tower garden, and it's the most beautiful thing seeing an eggplant hang off of a tower garden. Mustard greens, I hear, are fantastic. I've never eaten mustard greens, so why not grow them and try them? And then flowers. You can do a tower just of flowers, or there's also edible flowers out there. So the flowers I picked were edible because I thought it would look really pretty in my salads. And why not just dress them up? Or if you're making a birthday cake, you can put edible flowers on a birthday cake. So those are some really, really important things that I feel about the tower garden. I think that it's a well-oiled machine, in my opinion. It grows and grows and grows. And we have so much lettuce downstairs, it's crazy. And we're growing in our basement. When I say downstairs, I have one growing in my bedroom. And it's just wonderful listening to the trickling of the water. It's kind of soothing and relaxing. So we are very pleased with our towers. Now, I would like to show you a little recipe that I got from a friend many, many years ago. And we kind of doctor it up and we do all kinds of versions. This happens to be a spring one or a summer one. I actually had it in the summertime. This one makes a great 4th of July Memorial Day because I'm using strawberries, blueberries, and some goat cheese. But the strawberries I have here, they are actually from the tower, which you can see there's all different sizes and when I put them on the salad. But first I want to talk about the greens. So we have kale in here. We have different lettuces in here. Did you put chard in here?
Yeah.
We have rainbow chard in here. We just put whatever we want. Sometimes we'll throw a little basil in our salad if we're going to have a lot of tomatoes and things like that in it. I wouldn't do it for this one. Something else I like adding is arugula. Arugula off the tower garden is really peppery. It has a good strong pepper flavor because it's getting its full nutrition when it's growing. And I like doing little pieces of it because how many times do you put pepper on your salad? And that just gives it a little extra taste without adding the pepper, and you're getting it from a natural. I think arugula is considered an herb. I'm not positive on that, but it just gives you that little kick of pepper in there, and you don't need a lot. So I just have a plate here with a whole mix of greens, and all we basically do is, and imagine if you were making this for company in a big bowl, how impressive this would be. So I just kind of take my blueberries, and I will tell you, because blueberries grow on a bush, they don't grow on the tower, but we all love blueberries. Now, something you can well, I'll tell you in a minute after I finish this one, what some other ideas for this. So we put blueberries in. We just sprinkle our strawberries from the tower on there. Every week we're getting a good handful of about 10 plants. Put your strawberries on there. And now the little twist to it is red onion. And normally I slice it. I don't know why I chopped it today, but I don't do a lot of red onion because I just like a hint of onion. But sprinkle the onion on, or if you want to do thin slices, people can just pick it off if they don't want the onion. Sometimes that red onion can be really intensely strong. Whoops, that's a big piece. Let's cut that down. Okay, you see how pretty this is getting to be? Now we're going to take pecans. Now the trick to the pecans is, if you wanted to toast them, you can give them a nuttier flavor. If you wanted to buy candied pecans, it gives it a little bit sweeter flavor. I have just plain pecans here because I really like it with plain. If you wanted to substitute a different nut, why not? Almonds would be fantastic in here, and you can buy slivered almonds just about anywhere. Okay, and now I'm going to see how that's just looking beautiful. Imagine if you took a nice, beautiful salad to an outing and it looked like this. And the goat cheese. Now you can substitute, we have substituted feta cheese before, kind of whatever you have on hand, but I have found goat and feta to be the most tasteful with this. How is that? Now, can you see how that would be beautiful for Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, anything like that? And then the big thing that we like is, because we're saving money by using the produce off of our tower garden, we've got the lettuce here, the strawberries, and I like using a Brianna's. It's called home style poppy seed dressing. And it costs a little more, but because we're saving money on other things, I feel like it's okay to splurge on my salad dressing. So we're going to, it's a real thick salad dressing. I'm going to see if I can just drizzle it here. See how it comes out kind of thick. So be careful it doesn't plop all over, because then you're going to defeat your purpose with the calories. So doesn't that make an absolutely gorgeous salad? So this is what I like about this salad. I'm going to scoop these back so you can get a better picture. Now, in the fall, or even in summertime, I would add mandarin oranges. Remember when I said about buying canned goods? I normally have mandarin oranges on hand for simple things like this. I add them to salads. How about in the fall using pears and apples? The possibilities are endless. You could add raspberries. They don't hold up as well. but you can add just about any fruit you want to this, and it makes a beautiful display for company, and everyone that we have served this to absolutely loves it. Here, Rick, do you love it? Well, here, you take a bite. I wasn't planning. Rick just got home. I didn't think he was going to be here. So, yeah, he loves poppy seed dressing.
I already know it's good.
Well, that's true, you do. So imagine what you could add to this. How about some dried cranberries in the fall? You could use fresh cranberries if you love fresh cranberries, along with those pears and apples, and that would be delicious. Can you think of any other fruit that we've added? Pineapple. We have added pineapple. You can make a little Hawaiian twist on it with pineapple and the mandarin oranges.
You put the pomegranate seed.
Pomegranate seeds in there are beautiful. Mm-hmm. He did one recently with pomegranate seeds. So, and if you don't want to peel the pomegranate, you can buy the seeds already out of the peeling, because he likes to sit and peel them. I don't. So we just make a priority like that. So anyway, I am really thrilled with this salad. This is my go-to salad for company. I hope you got some ideas on how to save money at the grocery store. My big thing is we get so much vegetables off of our tower that's where we're saving the bulk of our money. And the $1,147 on this price comparison, if you use it on a regular basis, you will do that in 6 months. They normally say within 12 months, but we definitely did that in a 6-month time period. It's just my husband and I here. We eat a lot of salads. But what we also do is, when it comes to saving money, something you can do is, when the kale grows, I grew extra kale this time. I know I've talked about this before, but I throw it in the freezer and put it in my smoothies. So, and same way with the chard, anything that you want to add to your smoothies, you can, and it's just a big plus for you. Can you think of anything else that we've done with all of this? Besides eat it?
Eat it. Yeah. There is only one other thing. I think that everybody who's watching wish the cook a happy birthday today.
Oh, stop. Okay. He wasn't supposed to do that. So anyway, if you think that you might be interested in a tower and saving money at the grocery store, let us know. We are happy to help. We just helped a friend put one up in her house. It was simple, easy. What we did is we did a science project with her kids, and it was so much fun. Next time, we will be on vacation next week. And so the following week, what I want to share with you is what the Tower Garden can do for our communities. It is so powerful what can be done for children in your community, that I would like to share that with you guys. And then we'll have an absolutely delicious recipe to share with you also. So until next time, reach out to us. Facebook message us, whatever you want, and we will be happy to hear from you. Until then, see you later. Bye.